This video is going to show you how to replace a broken antenna mast on a C220 1996. The parts you're going to have to do is, in order to get access to the antenna, you're going to have to remove this plastic piece. You'll do this by removing those four plastic clips here, and then you'll also need to remove this plastic part here, and equivalent on the other side that is over here. So once this part comes out, then you'll just remove this part here on the left hand side, and the antenna is basically located right in here in the vehicle. So you'll see the assembly part shortly, but that gives you an idea about how to get access to the antenna, and we'll next focus on basically taking the antenna apart. It's a Hirschmann original Mercedes antenna, and then getting it ready and cleaned up for the new replacement mast. This is one of the classic Hirschmann antennas that you would find typically in older vehicles. So this one particularly has a part number 202-820-2075. Often you can replace the antenna mast just without taking the entire antenna out, but I'll show you kind of the disassembly here. I'll show you why I had to take it apart in this particular case, and we'll while we have it apart, we'll just clean up the inside mechanism of the antenna. So the first part we're going to start with is we're going to, and I loosened this screw already, we're going to unscrew this screw here. There you go. So what this causes now is that the back of the antenna, this part will come off, and what you'll see here, this is normally where the antenna mast would be wound in here, in this particular section. So let's, I'm just gonna kind of drop this out now like this. So this is kind of what the mechanism looks like. So what happens is the antenna mast comes through here, and then is wound through here, and then it's kind of fed through this section here, and in this opening right here, and rolls into this particular wheel here. So what happened with this given antenna mast is, as you can see here, it broke right here, and this piece here was stuck in the antenna itself, so somewhere further deep in here, and I could not get it out, so I basically just had to take it apart. But often, if your antenna mast stops working and you can get the entire part out, and especially you'd have to make sure that this piece here is not broken at the end, right? So you don't end up with an extra piece in it. Then you can just simply get the old mast out that is non-functioning, again, assuming you get the entire thing out, and you put the new one in. So that's basically the process. So next thing we're going to do is just simply dust out some of the dirt that has accumulated over time in here. We'll do the same on the mechanism side. As you can see, nothing too bad. And I guess here's the last part here. And then next, what I'm going to do is put some silicone-based grease in it, so we can extend the life of the mechanism. The other part you could also do is, while you've got everything apart and you want to get it clean, is take this gear out here, and you'll want to grab it in a particular way. You can see here with my right hand index finger, I'm holding it underneath as low as possible, because it's actually made out of two gears, see? And this kind of operates as a clutch for the antenna. So I'm not going to take this part apart. But I'm going to go ahead and just clean all of the gears and kind of the interior around here. So this is what it looks like, the gear, and it operates as a clutch like this. See, it kind of slides. It's got a little spring in here. And what the purpose of this is, as the antenna mast extends, so it doesn't put the full force of the little electric motor and the gear directly into the antenna. This kind of dampens the impact when it comes to its final position. And then obviously, just use like a brush or something like that to clean out the dust that has accumulated over time between the gears. You get the idea. So simple to do. Right, so the gears are cleaned, and I pulled it just slightly apart so you can see. So here's the actual spring that is in it. Like I said, I'm not going to take it apart because I don't want to work on reassembling it. But there's that the metal spring that you can kind of see in here that causes kind of the clutch action of this. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use some silicone lubricant here. It's a water-resistant one. There's Mercedes makes a specific lubricant for this. I don't have it, so I'll supplement with that. So here we go. So we're just lubricating all the. And again, this is a silicone lubricant, not some that is aggressive with the plastic. And here are the areas kind of where the gear is going to slide. You got the idea, basically. So the last part, and here's also a contact area here, right, that I want to apply just a little bit to. We don't need much, obviously. The last part I want to do is obviously where the antenna mast comes in, which is in here, and I'm going to do that on the other side and lubricate that section as well. So again, here are the contact areas. Kind of remember, this goes in like this. So basically, just lubricate kind of this area and the interior here of where the mast comes in. There you go. So that's kind of what it looks like. Just putting this back on now. It's spinning like new. Here's the back cover of the part. There you go. And back at the front here. This is the new replacement antenna mast. It's part number 14082700001. So the new antenna mast. The part I want you to pay special attention to is the end, the plastic, especially when you take the old part out. See how it's kind of tapered off here? If your old antenna breaks and it's not tapered off at the end like this, then you obviously got a piece of plastic that is stuck in the mechanism down there, and you'll have to take the antenna apart to fix it. All right, next we're gonna put the gear back in. There you go. So that's in. The last part I'm going to do is I'm going to, I guess, just cover the mechanism here, put the screw in, and I will guide the mast through after I have the antenna back installed in the vehicle. Right, so next we're going to install the antenna into the vehicle. It's accessible through the trunk area. It's on the left-hand side, and it's a little bit tricky to film here, but the bottom part of the antenna is attached over here, and then there's a grounding cable over here that is used as well. Obviously, you'll have to guide the antenna underneath here to come up through the top here. So this is the bottom part of the antenna that attaches over here. So right here, and then this is the grounding wire that I was talking about. Right, so let's get this installed now. So next thing we're going to do is just attach the antenna cable that goes back to the radio. So that's simply done with this here. Right, so that's done. Now next part we're going to do is guide the antenna in. There you go. So basically what we wanted to make sure is that the top part of the antenna fits in here, and then as you can see the screw is going to attach down there. So as you got the antenna in position, what you'll then want to do is you kind of use your hand, go underneath and basically push it up. So now you're basically flush at the top with the antenna on the exterior part, so it seals well. And then you basically just secure it with the bolt here. So this is an 8mm. Alright, so that's secured, and then the last part, don't forget it's a little bit hidden here, is the ground cable. I'll just put this on. Obviously tighten that as well. The cable here, that's a 10 size socket. Last piece you'll need is the electrical connector. Obviously we did all the physical install now of the antenna. There you go. Settle in. I'm going to also attach the antenna cables with a zip tie. I'm going to need 2 hands for this. So the first thing we're going to do now is turn the radio on. So now remember the orientation of the antenna. So the mast is comes in to the right of it here. So as we're going to guide in the the new mast. So the gears are facing towards the back of the car. Assuming your radio is oriented the same way, you obviously want to do the same thing. So you push it all the way in, and let me show you what happens. As you push it all the way in, then the antenna, the plastic piece, the end will kind of come in like this, and the gear is going to grab it as we turn off the radio. So we're going to do that next. All right, so you're going to need someone to help you with this. So turn the radio off now. There you go. As you can see now, it's pulling it back in, and the antenna in it is in. So the last piece we're going to do now is install that screw that goes over the top of it. So here's the replacement part. Looks a little bit old to me, but essentially that's all you do is you add it on here, and I'm going to tighten it. You just tighten that top screw. There we go. Let's test the antenna. Turn it on. We're going to lubricate the mast now. All right, and let's turn off the radio. All right, perfect. So that completes the install of the antenna, and now the remaining part is just installing the the interior parts of the trunk we had to remove to get access to the antenna. So we're going to push in the rest of the interior lining now. And this is what's used to attach the trunk lining to the body of the car. So it's the first one's up here. There you go. So next you put in the plastic part you had to take out to remove the lining on the left hand side of the car. So and then you just secure it. So the plastic pieces that hold this look like this. Essentially just same thing as before. You push it in. Try not to get your glove caught in it, and then you just push the part in. There you go. And you just repeat that for the remaining 1, 2, 3 items. And then the last piece you'll do is in the upper right corner here. You'll secure this piece also, the plastic piece, to the body of the vehicle. And then you just repeat the same thing on the other side, which is here. You go this, and this, and this completes the entire install.